All right, we'll look at some of the options plays that I've been doing to show you guys how these calls would work. Now I have my plug power. That one's doing mighty nice, up 87%. So if I would have, I only have two of them. And then because September 19th, now plug power, they had news today. So they're sitting above that strike price. They were just teetering at my strike price of 150. So they are trading higher because they had this announcement, an extension on a hydrogen partnership through 2030 with a notable 69% surge in June driven by electrolyzer deals and Senate support. So that is honestly nice. And I might even just buy these. I do have a lot of plug shares, but I don't know. Or I could sell the contract itself. So right now I could try to sell this contract. I bought each of them for $28. I could sell it for 87% profit, but I'm going to keep it because I might buy the shares. So I could buy 100 shares of plug power at a strike price of $150. So that'd be, I pay $150. Well, technically I'd pay $178 for 100 shares of plug power. But seeing as if they maintain above 170, if they could maintain around this height now for the next month, that would be nice. And then I don't know. I'll see what I want to do. If they go down, I could just buy the shares outright. But anyway, and then sell the contract. So now the solid power is doing well. These solid powers, but they were cheap. So they are up 122%. But I got them for $9 each. I'm going to have 4 of those. But they're not due until November 1st. Okay. So that's a long ways. And solid power, I hope they have something. These solid batteries are the batteries they have now for the electric vehicles and all these things are not very good. Of course, I got these Humasite. $250 strike price on the Humasite. They're going to expire August 15th. Humasite didn't have as many calls. And that one, I have 2 of them. If I sold them, I would make 80% profit. Maybe, because the other thing about some of these Humasite, well, biotech, whatchamacallits, that's for the 18th. And see, I don't know. See, that's in the strike price. And it's only going for $25. So, I don't know how that's possible. Humasite's held back so horribly. But after earnings, they could look a lot nicer. And this one, see, these were just added. So this one's going to be for $380, $430. There's no open interest in it. So these were set by Wall Street, because then a $2 strike price, which Humasite's 60 cents over $2, so that's so annoying. And you could buy that one's $75. Poor baby Humasite, but it doesn't matter. I hold a lot of shares. I prefer the shares in Humasite, honestly, because the contracts, the calls, I feel like they're getting fucked until Humasite makes their announcement that they have their VA sale, because they go now sell to the Department of Defense, but they might wait to announce things until earnings, which would be kind of annoying, but they can do what they want. And then RGTI, this contract falling, you have it at, I bought it at 95. It expires August 1st. I am getting closer to the date there. So if RGTI pops, see, it's around the $13 range, but that contract is still in the money. But if I see, and now I'm going to tell myself this, I'm not going to risk it. Let's say, but I do feel like before earnings, RGTI is just going to rise. But I will tell myself that if I see it at 200% gain, 200%, 250%, because I know I've sold these quantum calls before for nice gains, at least 300. But maybe I'll be safe and say I will automatically, no matter what, I'll sell this at 250% gain. Then I don't have to worry about it. My Rocket Lab one, very bullish on the Rocket Lab one. That was at 89% gain. But this one's for August 1st. When is Rocket Lab earnings here? Here's going to be Rocket Lab. They're waiting on this. When Peter Beck launches his Neutron and all the drama with Elon, please. And as you can see, Rocket Lab has a decent amount of calls. So their earnings is going to be August 7th. Okay, so there's not going to be any options for that week. And then you could have, what was my call at? 45. So here, Mine up there at 45 is $105. What does mine say it is? 102. Same thing, whatever. But I know Rocket Lab, I know they're going to rise before earnings. They always do. Companies typically rise before earnings. And then after earnings, it can go either way, 50-50. People either respond or they hate it. This not call, finally, this not call is in money. I've been holding it forever. And I didn't know if it was going to pop or not. Well, I did, but I didn't know if it was going to pop before July 18th. So I was getting nervous because if this not call was not in the money before July 18th, I would probably have sold it at a loss. But now we are in the money, people, in the money for the not call. But see, here's another one. It's not meta open interest, okay? But it's not nothing. It's not Humacyte open interest. You could say this one's selling for 25. What did I buy it at? I bought it for 12. That's nice. All right. So now my not call, I could definitely, but I was also at the time, I think I only have one. Some people have a lot of not calls, which could be very interesting. But I was going to buy the 100 shares, but then I already did. So it doesn't matter. So I'll probably sell the contract, but it might not. I would assume the most you would get for someone is 100. Maybe I could sell it for 100. I don't know. We'll see how much close we get because there could be people that want to get knocked depending on how high it goes. We'll see. I will see. But my knock call and then my T-Doc call, that one is doing excellent. Up 31%. T-Doc had a pepperoni and cheese today, and I am not exactly sure why. I would assume just general telehealth sentiment. If we look, yeah, not much. T-Doc graduates, no. Oh, probably because they have such a stupid ticker that telehealth has helped me live my healthiest life. T-Doc Healthio lays out telehealth giant M&A strategy. That sounds exciting. But anyways, I think those T-Doc calls could be smart telehealth market sets to witness significant growth. It looks as though people are catching on to what I've been telling you guys for months, even though I didn't follow my own goddamn advice and I didn't get as much T-Doc as I wanted to. So they had this catalyst here where some social media company mentioned them, and then I thought for sure they would go back down, and then they didn't. So that is interesting, you could say. And then T-Doc's earnings, they have decent interest. T-Doc's earnings will be the week of July 30th. So what was my call for? Mine's going to be July 25th, the week before earnings. That would be good. I don't know. This one, wait, I'm on a different one. Where's T-Doc? There it is. There. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much these would go for. See, look, that has zero interest for $2.86. So I highly doubt if you had a T-Doc call for $6, I don't think you'd be able to sell it for $286. You want to pay attention to that when you're doing these. That the calls or the companies you're getting calls in are going to have interest. Like ASPI, looking like shit. And Aurora, my Aurora calls, I'm not even worried about that shit. I'm not worried about that shit. I am confident that Aurora goes up before earnings. They will. They always do. Look at, that's always them. See, leading up to an earnings. Actually, I don't know if the March and the May. Yeah, I think so. So now they're due. Aurora, and they're going to be announcing their autonomous trucks all over the state of Texas. Well, one really big highway in the state of Texas partnered with Uber. So I'm hopeful on those Aurora calls that they will go up. And Wolf, I don't know. But these ones, that Wolf is until August. ASPI, July. So I want to be watching my July ones and these ons for January 16th. I definitely think those will be good. I think ons is going to go up quite a lot in the coming months.